All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Thursday, August 26th. Getting ready to finish up another great week here at the Wine Watch. And we've got one more event after tonight. We've got probably a few seats left for the Mancini's events. And then tomorrow night, we definitely have a few seats left for our Vintage Aussie tasting. And we'll be adding a few things to the lineup for that to sweeten the deal. And, it's just an outline, those 8 wines that we have on the sheet anyways. I mean, that's what we're definitely going to drink. But we'll be taking down probably a few other wines also. And definitely some dessert stuff because they make some great stickies in Australia. All right, but what have I got to sell you today? Well, today we've got an offering on one of the greatest producers from Burgundy, Leroy. Some people call her Leroy. But Leroy is co-owner of Domaine de Romanée-Conti and used to distribute those wines until, I believe, 1992. She had a falling out with Aubert de Villaine. And most of the wines in this portfolio are actually not produced by Leroy. They were a negociant, and they started out buying juice and bottling it themselves, or even buying bottled wine sometimes in the old days. And I've had some wonderful experiences with old bottles of Leroy. It wasn't until 1988 that they started bottling their wine under the Domaine Leroy label. So there's 2 different Leroys. It's a little confusing to some people. In Burgundy, you have what's called a negociant. This is a person that goes out and buys grapes or buys already made wine and bottles it under their label. This is not necessarily grown by them or produced by them or even made by them in some cases, but they are just selling it. They're acting as a negociant. And then there's a domain, which a domain means these are our grapes. We're growing the grapes, we're producing the wine, bringing it up through elevage in our cellars and bottling it. And I've had, like I said, I've had some great experiences with the Domaine Leroy wines. Simply incredible, the new stuff coming out of this property since 1988 from their own biodynamically farmed vineyards. These 07s that you have on this offering, most of these are Domaine Leroy wines. These are not negociant wines. And then the older vintage wines that we have on this offering, these wines are, a lot of them, Maison wines. So these are wines that were not produced by Leroy, Madame Loulou Biz Leroy. She is a perfectionist, and a lot of people feel she's a little bit kooky, but some people, when you are a perfectionist, when you're trying to make the greatest product you possibly can, sometimes it leads to people being a little bit strange. And like I said, I've had some wonderful experiences. As a matter of fact, the last 3 years, the 1969 vintage wine I drank on my birthday has been from Leroy, the 1969 Savigny Le Bon Village wine. Not even a Premier Cru wine. This wine is still very much alive. Madame Leroy has got one of the greatest cellars in Burgundy. She's got over 1 million bottles of old Burgundy in her cellar. It is a library of old wines. It's a treasure trove of old Burgundies, and all of them great examples of those villages. That's one of the things that her father was very particular about, and she's still very particular about, is even the wines that they purchase have got to be at the highest level of quality. So anything with the Leroy name, you can count on being exceptional. All right, well, check it out. Check out all the stash of older Leroy that we've got. We got Leroy going back to 1966 in the store on this offering. I'm your host, Andrew Lampazone for the Wine Watch, signing off, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.